In the 1890s, the beautiful country of Russia entered the industrial age and confronted many of the problems other countries faced earlier. Unlike those countries who had the luxury of dealing with problems at separate times, Russia was faced with political discontent and economic development simultaneously. The solution? Russian socialism.
Alexander III and later Nicholas II strived for greatness and wanted to achieve this through an industrial revolution in Russia. The industrial age in Russia was led by Count Sergei Witt, who started as a private businessman and worked his way up to being the first Minister of Communications and was finally appointed Finance Minister of Russia in 1892. Witt started his industrial age by making an alliance with France, which allowed Russia to finance the modernization program. He made a 5,000-mile-long Trans-Siberian Railroad. His policies were able to triple the Russian coal output, and his pig iron production increased from 92,000 tons to almost 5 million tons in 23 years. Witt didn't stop at coal, iron, and railroad improvement. He promoted the textile industry, and it became the most powerful industry in Russia. The Industrial Revolution might have seemed phenomenal through the eyes of Witt, but it was condemned by the working class. Here is a graph showing the Russian railway, the steel production, and the pig iron production change from 1890 to 1913.
Through Sergei Witt's industrial age, peasants have taken blow after blow with poverty, hunger, and destruction. The state has provided little for these poor souls, and still, trade unions aren't able to provide the help that the peasants deserve. Russian agriculture has declined ever since the emancipation of the serfs, and they're swamped with payments of the land that they used to own. Peasants only own land through mirs or villages and are not able to provide food for themselves or their families. Because of these dreadful conditions, peasants were forced to join kulaks. Population in Russia has risen drastically from 50 to 103 million.
For just 1 ruble a day, you can donate to the Social Revolutionary Party, who works every day against industrialism. This small donation could save millions. Are you ready to make a change?
Hey, you know who I am. I'm Bear Grylls. Today, we're looking for the rare Vladimir Ilyich Ulyanov. Rumor has it that he took on the name of Lenin. We're going to be searching for this guy today on this episode of Man vs. Russia. From there, he started getting involved with more disputes of the Russian Social Democrats. The Democrats themselves were a weird group. They shared the common interest that they were all Marxists, but differed on what a Marxist revolution would truly mean for rural Russia, or how to structure their political party. I also know that they favored industrial development and believed that before the new dawn could arise, Russia would need a large proletariat mass. Alright, let's find this Lenin guy. Oh, these thorns. It's the mark of Lenin. We're getting close. Come with me, we're crossing through. Push these stones out of the way. Come. Alright, we just gotta pass through this where we're passing, and then we will find this Lenin. Let's go. Be careful on these rocks. They might break under my feet. Be careful here. This is extremely dangerous. I do not advise doing this at home. We made it. Let's keep going. Ah, I'm so thirsty. All this exploring. I gotta drink my own piss. I think we're getting closer. Come with me. Is that him? Is that him?
Those stupid Democrats. There's
no point for trade unionism. It doesn't even do anything to implement a true revolution. Why on earth do we have it in the first place? On the subject of the proletariat, it is something that the Marxist revolution doesn't need. Instead, we should have an elite party in order to carry out the revolution. I'm going to form my own faction.
I hereby declare my faction the Bolsheviks. Let the minority be known as the Mensheviks.
Wow, we actually found Lenin in the wild. That was crazy. Well, my viewers, this has been Man vs. Russia.
It's time to
Get
to sing aloud.
to be a star!
I'm living in that 19th century. No one wanna mess with me. Destroying all the countries, I mean power is all I really need. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I'm a new soul, follow Luther's footsteps, allowing Protestants to believe in their own faith.
They don't know about the wars we fought. They don't know about the land I brought. Just to unite all of Spain as one under Christianity. By peasants, for peasants.
All the Catholics stand up. All the Protestants stand up. Charles in the building. This, right here, is my piece. All the rulers of each region. Now, be ready to pay attention. Quis, regio, ace, religio. That's my swag. That's my swag. That's my swag.
Tonight, we are reborn. We're gonna set the Bastille on fire. We can go brighter than the sun.
Song was on, and the Britney song was on. So I put my hands up to play my song.
The Industrial Revolution continued to create animosity towards Russia. In order to appease these feelings, Nicholas II made the choice to fire wit. After several conflicts within the states of Manchuria and Korea, Russia saw itself starting a war against Japan. Nicholas II hoped this war would create support for himself, but instead, Russians lost the war. Russia lost Port Arthur, a Russian naval base on the coast of China, and later Father George Capone attempted to improve industrial conditions by petitioning to the Tsar in St. Petersburg. What Capone did not know was that Nicholas II was not in St. Petersburg. As the petitioners came to the Winter Palace, they were massacred by troops. This sparked the idea that the Tsar or the Russian government could never be trusted.
The vast Winter Palace. The peasants and laborers are here to present the petition to improve their working lives and their living conditions. However, they would soon realize that the only thing they would achieve is death. The soldiers. The Tsarist regime has extremely trained soldiers. They are ready to get the job done. Nicholas II has ordered a mass execution of these workers. There will be no survivors. There will be no one left to carry out the revolutionary activity. How could the workers have known that we were coming? How could they? They couldn't. And that's why many of them are going to die tonight. The white snow of the Winter Palace will be stained blood red. One dead. 2. The workers are dying left and right. There is no hope anymore. There is no salvation. Only death. That's what these workers have learned today. A peaceful procession gone wrong.
coming, guys! I'm coming! I'm coming!
After Bloody Sunday, Nicholas II's uncle was assassinated. Liberal leaders within the Constitutional Democratic Party wanted political reform. In 1905, many strikes occurred in St. Petersburg, all which strived for reform. Now worker groups called Soviets ran the city. Pressured, Nicholas II issued the October Manifesto, which gave Russia a constitutional monarchy.
Hi, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hello, I'm Tsar Nicholas II, the last emperor of Russia, and the son and heir of Alexander III.
Alright, well, can you tell us about how you attempted to resolve political unrest in the early 20th century?
After Bloody Sunday and this growing political unrest, I issued the October Manifesto, which promised Russia a constitutional government with the creation of the Duma.
What exactly was the Duma?
The Duma was basically a representative body in the form of a council.
And what exactly did you leave out of the Duma's political power?
I reserved to myself ministerial appointments, financial policy, and military and foreign affairs. I also replaced Sergei with Stolypin in office.
So what did Stolypin aspire to do?
Stolypin specifically said about repressing rebellion, removing some causes of the revolt, and rallying property owners against the Tsarist regime.
So how successful was Stolypin?
While moderate liberals approved of his policies, there was also widespread hatred among conservative groups and industrial workers for Stolypin, and he was eventually assassinated.
So how did your Tsarist regime crumble?
I simply did not have enough heirs, and the conservative resistance to any further liberal reforms undermined my position as Tsar.
Alright, then good to talk to you, and thank you for your time.
And so we come to Russia's end, but if there's one thing we've learned, the journey is never over.